On a chilly November morning, 2024, the souls of over 50,000 runners traversed the urban landscape canyons of New York City. And tomorrow, but March 16th, we will traverse again 13.1 miles from Brooklyn to Manhattan. That was a rather poetic opening. That's right, tomorrow is the New York City half. And I've run a route like this a few times before going between Brooklyn and Manhattan, but this is the first time that I'm doing it officially with this race. And it's also the first time the route's gonna be going over the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's get inside the Expo to get my bib and get some warmth. So bib pickup was a breeze. I had decided to select the 2 to 4 p.m. time to get my bib and stuff. Much like the New York City Marathon might be more so on the honor system because nobody checks. But here we are. I'm now in the official merch section. Let's check it out. One thing's for sure, amongst all of the goods that we have here, footwear, t-shirts, hats, it's nice to know that if you have a fever, they also got the cure for it. Obscure SNL reference that might be. If you need energy, race belts, shades, or if you need to open a checking savings account, apparently, then this is going to be a good place for you. The Expo itself feels about the same size that you would see for the Brooklyn half, and nowhere near as crowded as the New York City Marathon. Either way, this looks quite interesting, and doesn't look done yet. Though my personal best is a 1:30 that I set in Brooklyn a few years ago, hoping tomorrow I'm going to be in the 1:35 to 1:30 area. That's the end of the Expo. I'm going to go find my name on the wall and then just go about town. I learned there are going to be around 28,000 runners tomorrow spread across 5 waves. This will be interesting. Anyway, let's do this. So it surprises me how Brooklyn half and the New York City half are roughly the same size and roughly as popular. Compare that to the Big Apple half from the New York City Runs organization or the Staten Island half by New York Roadrunners. Significantly different sizes, or at least different feels. I'm looking forward to this. Start time is going to be tomorrow morning early at 7, at least for my wave. And I hope to find a few friends afterwards so that we can celebrate the 13.1 miles from Brooklyn to New York. Some hilly terrain to be expected, nothing that I haven't ventured or experienced before around these parts, and sandwiched between 2 marathons within a month of my schedule. We'll see how tomorrow ends up. Wow, it's gonna be a lot of running.
Yes, I sleep with a towel on my pillow, don't judge. Anyway, as I lay me down to bed, I'm realizing what I had consumed today was probably not the most ideal. I had potato with egg and a little bit of curry sauce, protein powder, low-fat yogurt, 3 Musketeers bar, a Danish and apple protein sandwich, salted caramel chocolate chip cookie, a thin crispy one, demi baguette, piece of cake, and 2 slices of whole grain seeded bread. I think I told it to be about 3,000 calories, so it'll be very interesting to see how my stomach responds tomorrow. Forecast for tomorrow is going to be in the low to mid 50s, but foggy, ending the race somewhere in the low 60s. A week ago, they were forecasting rain and temperatures in the low 40s with the wind chill being lower. I'm going to see you tomorrow morning. You know what time it is. Yep. Yeah, that's better. It's 4 a.m. It's very a.m. So yeah, let's get some coffee. Let's get some food. It's race day. Let's do this.
The corner of Bedford Avenue and Eastern Expressway is where I had my rideshare drop me off. If the coffee didn't wake me up, then the abundance of flashing cherries and berries certainly will. So I'm on my way to the starting corral area. It is a cool, not cold, yet quite humid morning. The temperatures are going to be a lot higher than I thought they would be based upon the weather reports a week ago. For some reason, I thought wearing my prescription sunglasses would be a good time right about now, so I can barely see about 50 feet in front of me. So you know the drill. I'll take you through the starting area, I'll do my own warm-ups, and then we'll survey the course itself. Wave 1 bag check closes at about 6:30. This is what it looks like. Now I gotta make my way through security. Security is right underneath the red lights. Security was easy to get through, at least at this point of the day. It is 6:20. Corrals open in like 10 minutes or so.
Good morning,
that should be enough time.
And as you come through
in the parking lot for the Brooklyn Museum, there is sort of like a mini starter village with lactation space, medical, another set of porta-johns not immediately visible compared to when you just pass security. And apparently there's more in the corral. Abundant space to get done what you'd need to do. 6:30, corrals open shortly, and I'm starting to get cold. It's just the crowd to get into the corrals. It is 6:54. There's the corral, and behind me, kudos to my running mate Nikki for donating a little jacket because I was starting to feel somewhat cold. And let's take a look at the starting line ahead.
Shorts and t-shirts here in March.
Imagine that in March.
That was probably sub 135, and I've never felt this good. I have to thank the extremely caffeinated gel that I took at like mile 8 or something.
I got it. I got you, baby.
So ending in Central Park by tapping on the green is the reverse direction from where the New York City Marathon finishes. I'm not sure if I'm going to be crashing a bit later, but you know, I have probably about 2 pounds of pastries and breads waiting for me at home. Not too bad. From running Tokyo 2 weeks ago, this was a better effort than I could have asked for. The recovery bag is traditional for New York road runners. Electrolyte drink, granola or protein bar, water, an apple, pretzels, delicious. And I become a baked potato as well. Just don't have any butter. It is a sea of baked potatoes. Just follow the potatoes out toward Columbus Circle. Exiting out Columbus Circle, I make a right to my bag check. In terms of the race itself, Brooklyn was a bit hilly in the very beginning. Once you get over the Brooklyn Bridge, which is where this year's race diverted, we went up the East Side Highway toward, I want to say 42nd Street, up Broadway, through Times Square to Central Park South, then around on the East Side, then cutting across toward tapping on the green. Anyway, I'm gonna grab my bag Per the course itself, terrain you sort of got to keep your eye open for, where from heavy cars going over soft concrete may have created small little divots in the road. Furthermore, there are areas where there are potholes or bridges meet metal girders and there's a bit of a gap. So you got to keep mindful about where you're stepping. Going northwesterly in Brooklyn, some of the cones tipped over. Nevertheless, as foggy as it was to deter from any great views, it was weather-wise near perfect. My shoes are no longer the bright yellow-green that they were a few weeks ago. Bag check is quite interesting, is that it looks like it's separating the waves. We're about to exit. I'm gonna find a place to put on my t-shirt. It got a little bit too hot for the foil. And we're gonna make our way back to Brooklyn. Woohoo! Welcome to the Big Apple. Just not this apple.
Reflecting on the weekend, it has been an amazing experience. The race was well orchestrated, and in many respects I didn't quite feel that I was part of a race that had over 28,000 people. The Expo was quite easy to get to, quite easy to get around. Even the race was easy to get to when using a rideshare program to get to the start. Afterwards, I had the pleasurable experience of getting through Columbus Circle, getting home, no issues, and ended up at the most amazing time at the Luna exhibition over at the Shed toward the Hudson Yard, featuring artwork from Keith Haring, Roy Lichtenstein, amongst others, in a carnival-like atmosphere from its original adaptation in the late 1980s in Germany. I had an amazing time there. I want to say thank you to my sister and brother-in-law for hosting me. Special hello to Vic, who I ran into there, in addition to all of my friends from the Peekskill Brews running group. Now I return to reality, back to work tomorrow. Thank you for watching.
How's Monk? How's Monk? Monk's okay. Monk's chilling out.